Welcome back, everybody. My name is Ben from the Ben and Bev channel. Today we're going to be talking about the first episode of Marvel's What If. I'm not going to talk super long about this, as the show is only about 20-30 minutes and it is an animated series, so most of what's going on is actually just really interesting animation and cool action sequences. Plot devices in this episode are very similar to the movie that this alternate take is based on. It's the Captain Carter episode, which we've seen a lot of in the trailer for the show. The story of Captain America, but if Peggy doesn't leave the room and ends up inside of the machine herself. Steve still ends up in the story, though, as Howard builds him a suit that looks like an old-school Iron Man suit. Which adds another interesting wrinkle into this timeline and other events that could happen. What I found interesting, though, is that they didn't make more creative changes. While there was a different ending with the Red Skull scenario, everything else was pretty by the numbers, including but not limited to the train sequence, scene of Captain America,
or in this case, Captain Carter,
freeing Bucky and his pals. Now, to be frank, the animation style is interesting. It's not as good of a comic book representation as
Enter the Spider-Verse was.
A little bit of that style mixed with the Disney-style animation with the really big overemphasized eyes, which for the most part works out okay because it still looks really nice translated onto the comic book environment, with some of the scenes looking like beautiful three-dimensional pages of art, as well as the action sequences looking amazingly slick. Occasionally, usually in moments when there's supposed to be emotion where characters are staring into one another's eyes, there's something a little bit cold and weird about the delivery. And also I wanted to point out the cut sequences between each scene sometimes went completely black beforehand, reminding me of the cut scenes in the Tom and Jerry episodes whenever they would be in that medieval Baroque town. A few setbacks on animation. I did also want to say that some of the voice acting was a little awkward and clunky, clearly with some of Sebastien Stan's earlier lines, as well as whenever there's an action phrase or something goofy that a superhero would say, it always feels a little unemphasized, like they didn't go crazy enough with the delivery. All in all, though, I did find the episode a really fun watch, and as I was saying earlier, those action sequences are all beautifully animated. In fact, I'd say it looks like most of the budget goes to those, as some of the scenes, particularly the one where Captain Carter throws her motorcycle through a bunker and blows it up, shows you the type of crazy animation sequence comic book action that you want to see and gives you that vibe of a Saturday morning cartoon. I also really enjoyed the intro and outro by Jeffery Wright's The Watchers. He explains like a little summary of what's different about this version of the storyline from the version that we see in the MCU's actual timeline.
Well, I guess it's an incorrect statement if they've just said that the multiverse means what if is canon.
Definitely looking forward to more of the interesting plot twists that they add later on in the series. See you guys next time. Ben and Bev, out.